Okay, bending space. Now, we discussed this, but we're going to just bring it up because we want to talk about it. Continuing on Wireway, this is Wireway bending space, 376.23a and table 312.6a. Wireways must have sufficient space to accommodate the conductor bending space in accordance with table 312.6a. And this is the rule right here. If this is 500 kc mils, the minimum wireway bending is going to be 6 inches. And Brian, what you're saying is that, look, when you figure this out, you know what the minimum is?
Yeah.
You want to go up quite a bit more than that.
Yes.
So that you can get your conductors in there without beating it up. Now, this is using a wireway not as a pull box.
Correct.
This is when you're pushing conductors in, not when you're pulling conductors in. If you're using it as a pull box, we'd have different calculations. All right, let's talk about this one. Let's try this one here. Let's see if this one's going to work for us. What size wire was required for 3 500 kc mils, 3 3/0, and 6 1/0? And that would be, okay. Again, you can't make a question, Ken, on that. I have to show you this picture.
Right.
And if we go to the table 312.6a, let me see if I have the table here. Yeah. If you go to this table 312.6a in your code book, you'll highlight it, put it on pause, go to that table. You'll see that 500 kc mils requires 6 inches, 3 to 4/0 require 4 inches, and 1 to 2/0 require 3.5 inches. So I can transpose that information that 1/0, it doesn't matter how many conductors in there because you go to table, you go to 1 conductor per terminal. You always use the 1 conductor per terminal. That's this guy in 376. So 1/0 require 3.5 inch, 3/0 require 4 inch, 500 kc requires the minimum 6 inch. So the Wireway example here that we had, this allowed us to show this the 20% fill, but then not only do we have to figure out no more than 20% fill, we have to make sure that we size it based upon 312.6a, 1 wire per terminal. Mario.
Mike, I just wanted to comment on table 312.6a. It says minimum.
Hold on. Let me take us there. So 312.6. The table is that we're gonna go to?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there. What about it?
No,
That's
3.
B. That's
yeah,
B.
Yeah.
Did I say A the whole time?
Yeah, you didn't put it up there. It isn't.
So is this reference wrong here?
No, that's right.
Okay. Okay.
You were on B on the computer.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say that the title says minimum wire bending space at terminals with minimum width of wiring gutters. I like to cross out wiring gutters and put wireways on there, on the title.
Minimum wire bending space at terminals and minimum width of wiring gutters.
Because, you know, there's that whole confusion of what is a gutter. Wireway.
Okay, but let's watch this. This 312.6a, if we find out what is this all about, this falls within the scope of 312. This has to do with cabinets, cutout boxes, and meter socket enclosures. This has nothing to do with wireways. It has to do with cabinets, cutout boxes, and meter socket enclosures.
Okay.
What we have, however, 376. I don't know, was it 22 or something like that? Talking about the wireway. Where's that wireway rule? That was 23A.
23A.
Let's go to 23A. 376, 23A. And Brian, we need to make a public input on here. See, if you're in wireways, Mario, 376, it says deflected insulated, where insulated conductors deflected within a metal wireway, either at the ends or where conduit fittings or other raceways or cables enter or leave the metal wireway, or where the direction of the wireway is deflected greater than 30 degrees, the dimensions corresponding to 1 wire per terminal in table 312.6a shall apply. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now, what they've done in the past, and I think it can work, is whenever they use one rule that tells you to go to something totally unrelated, to use some other table, And then they qualify it because when you go to 312.6a, they have 1 wire per terminal, 2 wire per terminal, 3 wire per terminal, 4 wire per terminal. But but we want you to use that table, which is unrelated to wireways, use 1 wire per terminal to use those calculations. I'm going to make a public input that we go to 312.6a, 1 wire per terminal. We take those dimensions, Brian, and we put the dimensions in 376.23a, that if you deflect it, then this is the dimensions. You follow the logic there? Then, Mario, you don't have to worry about this table talking about gutters because they're talking about the gutter area of a cabinet or a cutout box or a meter socket enclosure.
Yeah, it applies to other applications as well.
Yeah. So it's not. So that's why the language over there is appropriate over there. They're talking about gutters, which is not even the right language anyhow. And so that's why that works that way. But if we made a public input and we got that table information right here, then we're not having to chase our tails to try to find out what the rules are because they're just simply simple numbers. Right now, if you go to 312.6a, you got all that information. You got to distill it down to what you need. You guys okay with that? Good point, Mario. Hopefully that helped you to see how it works.